Welcome to SUU Aviation. This is where I've done all of my mechanic and pilot training thus far. This year, I'm working on my instrument rating, my airframe and power plant, mechanic certificates, and my commercial pilot certificate, all simultaneously. I've already completed all of my instrument training and will be going to my instrument check ride in a few weeks. Then my focus and priority will be my A&P certs that I'll be completing this summer. If I were to receive the Hart Flying Scholarship, I would apply it to my commercial training, which I started this January and will have finished up in the fall 2021. I have a really busy year ahead of me, but it will be really exciting to have 3 of my goals all wrapped up by the end of this year. I've made it this far in my training by finding funding in many different ways. I've worked for SUU part-time for the last 6 years, which has been a perfect place for me to be while I'm in school because they are so supportive and they allow me to work my hours around my flight time and my school schedule. However, my income mostly only covers my family's living expenses. So I've resorted to refinancing my car, selling belongings. I've gotten other scholarships, taken out personal loans. I have used all of my stimulus checks and my tax returns towards my education, as well as utilizing federal loans and grants. I plan to supplement this scholarship by continuing to use a combination of resources to fund the rest of my flight training. In the summer, for instance, I am not going to be able to fly due to a lack of funding in the summer semester. So I'm going to work extra time on the SUU mechanic team, and all of the extra money that I make will go directly to my fall semester and make it possible for me to finish up my commercial rating. While I'm working maintenance, I will have the opportunity to fly maintenance flights, which will keep me proficient during those short 3 months that I'll be out of flight training. So I think that this is a pretty good plan that will set me up for success in the fall semester and future semesters as well. So we want to get like a little established, nice airspeed. No flaps, right?
No flaps in
No
secret,
flaps.
nope.
Really, every chapter of my story has its own good example of me following through and persevering. The most relevant challenge I overcame was my divorce 5 years ago and beginning my aviation training. Both happened at about the same time and are connected in my mind. I recognized that my 10-year marriage had become controlling and unhealthy. It was scary to finally file for divorce with 5 kids and my younger sister all depending on me, and knowing the drastic changes my decisions would bring to their lives. My goal, however, was to build a brighter future for us all, as well as finally make my own happiness a priority. It was pretty crazy for me to take on such an expensive and challenging degree program, especially in the middle of such big life changes. Knowing what a huge time commitment that a college education alone would be, then adding my maintenance job and piling on a flight program was overwhelming and stressful to say the least. But I talked it over with my kids and we made the decision to try. We take it day by day and keep doing our best. My kids are supportive and are a big help with housework and meals when I'm too busy. I have developed some strong study habits, and I convert most of my study material into audio formats so that I can be studying while doing other tasks like laundry and grocery shopping. This multitasking has been the only way that I've been able to get enough study time in. It's been hard, but I'm determined to see this through. Each semester and each certificate is a victory, and I've come so far already. I feel like I've been through an unusual amount of trials, but I remain one of the most positive people you'll ever meet. And I'm proud that when I was at rock bottom, I had the courage to do what it took to improve my situation and turn things around. I think I'm an excellent candidate for the Hart Flying Seal Your Future in Flight Scholarship and could really use it because of my background as well as my current financial demands of raising a family. I grew up dirt poor and my family was very familiar with struggles. My mom dealt with many health problems when I was younger, and my dad had to work a lot to get us by. Poverty was our norm, and I had a lot of time alone. This made me very responsible, resourceful, and independent. It's pretty normal in Utah to start your family young and have a bunch of kids. Being raised in this culture, that had always been my intention. Except I am married extremely young. I had my first baby at the age of 17 and continued my family by having 2 more children. As I devoted time to being a stay-at-home mom, I thought I had to give up my other dreams. Soon after, both my parents passed away, so when I was only 22, I had my own 3 children, and then I became the guardian of my little sister who was 10. 2 years later, I was pregnant with my 4th and last baby when I discovered that I was actually expecting twins. I was overwhelmed as I prepared for my identical boys. Challenges kept rolling in, and we were barely getting by. After my twins turned 1, I decided that we could use the extra money, and that I really needed to get out of the house a bit. I saw the aircraft flying around town and knew that I wanted to get involved. I took a part-time position as the receptionist at SUU. My second day on the job, I got to go for a helicopter ride and was instantly hooked on flying. I moved to the student records auditor position, then filled in for dispatch, and finally got a spot on the mechanics team as an apprentice. I've been through a lot, and it's been really difficult without parental support of any kind these last 9 years. Yet, I'm making it work. This scholarship would help us financially, but it's more than just the financial aspect. I don't want to let anyone down, and I feel like a scholarship means that someone believes I'm capable of succeeding and they're investing in me. That would be an amazing form of additional motivation and would mean so much to me and my young family. This last year has definitely impacted me quite a bit. My family has faced many struggles, like most, during these unprecedented times. However, there has been quite a bit of silver lining for us. The slower pace that was demanded through shutdowns and the quarantine has led my family to rekindling our relationship with each other. It's made it possible for us to spend much-needed quality time together. We used this year to organize and structure our home to run more smoothly. We got ourselves healthier with more home-cooked meals and lots of sunshine. The best thing I've done during the COVID-19 pandemic so far has been to utilize the online classes and additional time at home to complete my classes that had a heavier workload or more demanding class schedules. This not only allowed me to complete my associate's degree and to get much closer to finishing up my bachelor's degree, but it's going to be incredibly helpful from here on out. Because with those academic classes out of the way, I now have more availability for my flight training specifically. I am grateful for the extra time that I otherwise wouldn't have had to work on the other aspects of my life in order to be a more focused and prepared flight student.
Milford traffic, 19 Sierra uniform is 6 miles northeast of the field, north departure. Last call, Milford traffic.
Good job. Really good call.
Thank you. If I were to describe myself and traits that set me apart, I would say that I am a strong, determined, ambitious woman with a kind and friendly disposition and a good sense of humor. My sense of humor has got us through some really tough times, and I think that it's helpful because I'm able to not get discouraged and able to laugh at myself. Life has knocked me down countless times, and I continue to pick myself up, be adaptable, and keep moving forward. Okay, you want to do yours?
I think my mom deserves this scholarship because she's worked so hard on her mechanic and pilot stuff and never gives up. We all help at home, and it would mean so much to all of us if you chose my mom.
I'm glad my mom is a pilot. It has really inspired me to be a pilot too, and to travel with my mom. We study and practice together as much as we can.
I believe I'm a positive addition to the aviation community. I hope to inspire not only my family, but other students, women, and single moms as well, showing that with enough hard work, anything can happen regardless of your situation. Thank you so much for considering me for the Heart Flying Seal Your Future in Flight Scholarship and for allowing us to share part of our story with you.